from the six. Look at what we did. Yeah, be quiet, I'm doing a toast. But that don't really, that's why I be doing the most. Stop worrying about whoever's next. I am just worried about my mama worrying less. I think I'm famous enough, I don't need any more press. I am convinced I'm the only one left that's still doing it. I'm here for a good time, not a long time, you know. I haven't had a good time in a long time, you know. I'm way up, I feel blessed. Way up, I feel blessed. I'm way up, I feel blessed. Way up, I feel blessed. My grandma just died, I'm the man of the house. So every morning I'm up cause I can't let him down. Always down for the cause, never down for the count. I guess when your stars align, you do like the solar system and plan it out. So I'm going overtime on the overtime. Yeah, I'm not invested, but you can't attest it. $1 million goals managed to manifest it. The family never going anorexic. I pay my mortgage and electric. Never going under even with anesthetics. At the top of the rap game and progressing. Check after check, checking off my checklist. Try and blow my cake, just know that's a death wish. No mistakes in life ever, it's only lessons. Feel like Shaq and Penny got back together. You tore the game apart, who put it back together? I'm here for a good time, not a long time, you know. I haven't had a good time in a long time, you know. I'm way up, I feel blessed. Way up, I feel blessed.
We welcome everyone to Hawk Field. Today's contest features the visiting Virginia Union Panthers. And for the first time at Hawk Field, the University of Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks. At this time, we ask that all in attendance direct your attention to the flag as we play Lift Every Voice and Sing, and also honor America with the playing of the national anthem.
Only if it's Charlie Puth.
Sing
And now it's time to meet the starters, first for the visiting Panthers. Batting first and playing shortstop, number 3, Jalen Myrick. Batting second and playing left field, number 1, Cameron Walker. Batting third and playing pitcher, number 90, Elijah Gonzalez-Pettis. Batting fourth and playing catcher, number 24, Madison Hayes. Batting fifth and playing right field, number 6, Danae Gorey. Batting sixth and playing first base, number 99, Anaya Jones. Batting seventh and playing second base, number 15, or check that, number 5, Denasia Sturdivant. Batting eighth and playing center field, number 10, Janaya Brown. And batting ninth and playing third base, number 21, Tahihara Wooten. The Panthers are coached by Dominique Malero. And now, the starting lineup for your Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks. Batting first and playing second base, a freshman from Flossmoor, Illinois, Skylar Skinner. Batting second and at designated player, a freshman from Sellersville, Pennsylvania, Riley Lilly. Batting third and playing right field, a sophomore from Lawrenceville, Georgia, Kai Hudson. Batting cleanup and playing left field, a sophomore from Princeton, Minnesota, Lola Meyer. Batting fifth and your pitcher today, a junior from Oregon City, Oregon, Paris Richards. Batting sixth and playing first base, a senior from the Eastern Shore in Centerville, Maryland, Emily Gunther. Batting seventh and playing catcher, a freshman from Harvard of Grace, Maryland, Kinsey Metzer. Batting eighth and playing third base, a senior from Waterford, Connecticut, Paige Perkins. And batting ninth and playing center field, a sophomore from Monroe, Louisiana, Michaela Clark. And your flex player today, a shortstop from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, Jada Lacey. The Hawks are coached by Aaron Robinson and assisted by Janelle Higgins. Hawk fans, it's time to play ball!
Keep on talking, better get that then blood. You my shorty, them a club, and they gon' walk inside the club. Hit his look with that switch, I bet that switch up his nerve. The opposite side, my city look broke, put them in the mud. You can't come back to your hood, huh? He was dissing on my cousin, now he's stalling that wood. Book his, I wish he would come. He would tap up out that car with that new Glock, I wish he would run. It's playing, I'm really icy. Who shicey, that's my dog. But Pooh, you know I'm really shicey. You took all them OT that you really slide. Tell the truth,
So they were warming up last
they really died.
They were their
I
first
got my
game.
own, I don't need security in the club. All they wolfing on the net. I thought you was a dog. I ain't got nowhere to go. I shot up everywhere they would. Yeah, you know, today, from you come get it back in blood. Come get it back in blood. We ain't masked up, no Dodge race, no hood road story. Like the 80s, want some back, get it in blood. Yeah, you know, today, from you come get it back in blood.
Road trip, yeah. I wish it was warmer.
She was long. Yeah, she was going like this. She didn't see anybody. She knew she was.
Yeah, I'd take it. Yeah, they were supposed to play closer, UMES, Saturday and Sunday. But they moved to here because there's still ice on their field, apparently.
The baby. She's back.
Yeah. Yeah, we're tying up 28th, 1st, and 2nd.
Hey, yo, Donovan, heat that up.
Our field's dead frozen.
See, lately changed. Remember the change in my pocket, now we hit the club and it rain. Remember them days, being a superstar, now the whole city saying my name. With these lanes, cut off a handful of partners, them weren't rocking the same. But it's part of the game. They hate when you reaching the top, they be throwing the salt. I'm forever the same.
I know. I saw it in a picture. That was
Hey, free rock and keep to that, yeah. Just bought a new black that came with a switch. I said it, talking that back. Can't shoot on my block, but I shoot at him. Since I started rapping, I got rich for I ever go broke, I go back in that thing. Rich for that's a beat. Rich cause I'm big for respect and I put that on grip. Hey.
And she liked it? Good, because we were trying to find her a team. Good. Oh, she will. I'm sure. Did you know?
I gotta testify. Come up on the spot looking extra fly. For the day I die, I'ma touch the sky. Gotta testify. Come up in the spot looking extra fly. For the day I die, I'ma touch the sky. Back when they thought pink polos would hurt the rock before Kim got pop, the doors was closed. I felt like that was street team. I couldn't work the locks. Now let's go. Take them back to the plan. Me and my mama hopped in that U-Haul van. Any pessimists, I ain't talk to them. Cause I ain't had no phone in my apartment. Take them back to the club. It's about an hour. I stand online. I just wanted to dance. So much to take up an hour after I got my advance. I just wanted to shine. Jake's favorite line, dog, in due time. Now they look at me like, damn, dog, you what I am. A hip-hop legend, I think I died in an accident, but this must be heaven. I gotta testify.
In the maroon today, while UMES is in the white. Both of these teams have very similar color schemes. Virginia Union is the team, they are black in the
Right.
and white here. Let's get ready. About ready for pitch.
second.
Batting up next, Alicia.
I love it too. Look, in the fall, one of the teams come over to this and I was like, he's not doing anything. He's great. That's right.
Yeah, oh yeah. He did.
We're more red. We're more purple. You cheer for She should have pointed at him. Yeah, I would have pointed at him and like, thank you! That was a nice hit. That was. That was a purposely out. I know.
Catch him off guard here.
Up next, Madison Hayes.
Good hit. Alright, Pete. Learn your name.
There we go.
Keep it up, Huck! He's still up right. I'm like, dude. It's alright, it's alright. No, get it. And Nick? I know.
Keep joining us here on UMES on
I know. No. Hi, guys.
No.
I just saw the baby smile. She's so cute. She's so cute. Emotional emotion. We keep trying to make her smile from the photo. She loves her sister. We're
It's rough.
Right over there. She's like, what, 7?
Oh man, I shouldn't have gotten up. Man, my seat's cold.
Woo! No, you don't. I know. That's why I said right now, you do not sit. She does it, doesn't matter. You just love your sister.
Because catcher threw it down, shortstop covered, threw it back to the shortstop.
Their second baseman.
And then if we have to adjust it, it was second base. There's some great plays in the middle. All right.
Batting up first, Skyler.
Base hit, man, base hit. Okay, Skyler, now you're ready, girl.
Come on, Sky.
You got this.
Batting up next, Riley Lilly.
Offensive performances to this point on the season. Very young season. Only on game 5.
shot, Kai. Good shot. Go under.
As a top 10 public HBCU, the University of Maryland As a top 10 public HBCU, the University of Maryland Eastern Shore has been creating opportunity for nearly 140 years. Opportunity to get an affordable, top-level education. An opportunity to be part of a family that celebrates you for who you are. First-generation college students, grandchildren of alumni, athletes, farmers, scientists, artists. We're holding open the door at University of Maryland Eastern Shore.
Now batting for Virginia Union, Danae Gorey. Up next, Anaya Jones for Virginia Union.
She just started last year, right out.
Batting up next, Denisha.
shouldn't, but when I'm trying to do. I'm so mad that we can't do it.
Gotta get dirty! Gotta get
When's the
dirty!
last time they played against each other? Against? Really? Not even close. Down low.
Batting up next, Janiyah Brown.
I thought it was coach at first.
Batting up next, Tahira Wooten.
All right, come on, UMES, let's get some runs. Our turn.
Living in this big new world, with my head up in outer space. I know I'll be A-okay. I know I'll be A-okay. When I see trouble come my way, I'll be making lemonade. I know I'll be A-okay. I know I'll be A-okay. Hey, little lady, I know you're feeling crazy. All your other friends are busy making them moves. Get out in the real world, don't like how it stays. Let me change your mind with my little old saying. 2, 4, 6, 8, who do we appreciate? Put some sugar in
Batting up next, Harris Richards.
What?
I got my own fight, don't need security in the club. All they wolfing on the net. I thought you was a thug. I ain't got nowhere to go. I shot up everywhere they would. Yeah, you know what you think from you. Come get it back in blood. Come get it back in blood. We ain't masked up, no doctrine. Know who it was. Started the 80s, want some back in it in blood. Yeah, you know what you think from you. Come get it back in blood. Killer ain't dead, you sure I know I be so. We had 300 shots up in the car before we picked up the phone. Who ain't got the score, go grab a glizzy, get a load.
So that's
RP and easy.
bruh.
What type of rule is that? She was taking her thing off. She's taking her thing off, wasn't she?
Right now, essentially like a
Well, you're gonna get kicked out.
Richard being the batter, salty, opposite. Gonzalez Pettis was the batter. Doubles off Richard. So
What? Yes. Yeah, when he
the only extra base hit that we've seen today.
I know, like the screen. How to do baseball.
Renovated Hawk. 1-1.
Come on, P. Come on, P. Look, here he goes. What is that? It's just like, he what? Oh, every time. That's it. So he's saying anything.
Before moving over to Oregon, attended Lake Oswego High School.
That's why I was trying to tell her. I was trying to tell her because he's not going to tell her. I joined the game and I got to tell her. Oh, yeah.
Decent crowd, and we have a lot of our other sports teams, community members, who are bringing a little bit of cold here today, too.
So Zara, where's Nathan playing? Is she playing still? Okay. So they're keep playing. I figured you two would play together throughout, you know?
Especially between classes, the spot right where the field is at, where you're right between.
As long as you hit it.
Up next, Emily Gunther.
Hey, that's it. You know what? As long as you like your coaching,
Remember the change in my pocket, now we hit the club in the rain. Remember them days, being a superstar.
I just play free play. So I could hear like all like outside. Where are you playing shortstop?
No, that's
Okay, that's all right. You know, I was like, so you playing shortstop. Yep. With that arm.
He's really...
And range, you know. So second baseman's same way, zero shot.
True. I didn't even know that was... I think so. Making sure she touched that white thing.
We'll come out to these games one out.
All right, let's go.
He's staring. Stupid. You want to touch it?
Especially with a variety of different cities and states represented. You gotta say skits in the dirt.
Good job, Cat. Good job.
Batting up next, Kinsey Menser.
Yeah. All right, Ned, level.
Good miss. 0-2.
Good eye.
Good eye.
One ball and 2 strikes. Split. A little bit defensively for the visiting Panthers. 1-2.
All right, drive one here now. Quick, kid.
Gotta protect, gotta protect.
Okay, let's fight, oh. Let's fight, oh.
These terms are recruiting matches.
Come on, Ned.
Hard to believe that maybe at some point they played each other given how close the proximity.
Good eye.
Let's go, kid. 2 and SP. Let's go.
Richards to the third on the pass ball. Gunter to second on the pass ball. And that gives a better opportunity for Minster. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 2 runners in scoring position.
Oh, I see him.
He's good at that. That umber is
UMES can win that here in this bottom of the second.
I've not seen him talk. He was like,
And in with the payoff. Fly ball to left field.
Go, go.
There's
Go,
the
go, go.
up next, Paige Perkins.
Okay.
This brings on Paige Perkins, the senior leaders for Maryland Eastern Shore this season. Third baseman takes a look at the coach. This is the side of the bat.
Something wrong with the hand. It's either cold or something.
1 for 9 on the season. Does have a hit. Get that consistency going.
I get that your fingers are
Player
stiff.
that
Oh.
expected to be one of the better cats in the squad will have a short meeting in the circle right now. Head coach for Virginia Union, Dominique Bolero, will have a conversation with her pitcher. Maybe they're talking about different spots on the field. It is brand new, so in a way these teams are bringing it in. Kind of learning all the various different dynamics of what goes down in the turf field.
Brand new. Nothing wrong with it.
I think that's Bolero potentially may be playing for just that. That you'll see the turf fields of a lot of teams that just have the traditional dirt circles, dirt fields. There's some differences.
Let's go, Paige.
Oh, Loki.
That's made of dirt.
I see it. Like, mixed with color.
Gonzalez Pat's case, they also play some more teams that are on turf fields later in the year. Well, it's
Way up, Paige. Way up. Way up, way up, way up.
It's so weird now. Not calling it this.
Let's go, Paige.
I've been saying I caught him as well, Mom. Oh, 8th grade.
There you go.
Batting up next, Michaela Clark.
I mean, like, sit back. It's making you.
No, I'm not gonna love it. Like if we go on the road somewhere and somebody else goes.
Yeah. Hold on.
I have to remember these days. Like, okay.
That's fun. That's fun college kids.
Some of what she can do that last base game. We're going to have a doubleheader today at Hawk Field. First of many of these midweek doubleheaders.
It is, a situation where we've always been resilient and done what we had to do. Now we can, garner that support from UMES and the student body, being able to be somewhere that is local and you're not having to, drive 15, 20 minutes to come watch us play and support us. But also we are becoming a focal point in the community. We had our camp yesterday, and a lot of the comments that we got from other local players who came to the camp was, wow, I didn't know that you all had a new field. Wow, I didn't know that this was such a viable option, and it's just going to continue to build our brand from a softball standpoint, from a university standpoint, to get, those student athletes that are going to stay home in the Salisbury, Somerset, Wacomico, and kind of extended counties that are on the Eastern Shore that want to come and take part of what we have here at UMES.
Funny thing about talking behind my back is that it just keep coming back to me. It was off for a second, now it's back.
Batting first, Jalen Merrick.
I know you do, but he isn't. Not discouraging. No, he's discouraging to the other people. I'll know what's happening. Lily said the only one in the class who can hear is me.
Gotta be quicker.
So I better be quiet. Gotta be quicker. Not him, not right now.
Hey, way to hit that spot, Paris.
He can't even get up from his grandpa's pool. You see that thing? She's like sitting on the fucking mug.
All right, girl, here comes the best pitch ever!
But it's clear.
Here's the ball, girl.
Oh yeah. So she might have fun. No. Right. I'm not sure we could do that with plastic. That might work.
Let's go, Hawk. Here we go.
Well, there she is.
All right, make up for it. Let's go.
Batting up next, Cameron Walker.
What happened?
I mean, it was like what'd she do? Out of batter's box?
It was one where it was rolled foul-ish. It looks like a cue shot where it foul territory and then kind of rolled back towards the line, and then it was played potentially in fair territory.
Wait, what happened?
Let's go, White. Let's
The
go.
way she was batting. Sometimes when they step like that and they go out, sometimes they go out of batter's box. When they're hitting it.
You're good, man. You're good, man. You're good.
Right shoulder, Carl.
Batting up next, Alicia Gonzalez Pettis.
I don't know. One of them.
Gonzalez Pettis.
This is family to play to first base.
Right. She's back. All right, girls.
There's a seat on these benches. You're okay. She's a capture.
I'm asking Lily if she can hear me.
So mom's right next to him too. Did he call a fair?
It was fair.
Okay, but he didn't go a fair.
Yeah, he did. All right, Hawks. Did you ask her? Yes, ma'am. Oh. I think so. What did you say? Everything. Bro, how does she not hear me? You don't even have her number saved? I think she got a new one.
They switched lines and changed.
There's going to be a pitch runner coming in. He has a switcher off. So now up to that is Danae Gorey, the right fielder, number 6 for Virginia Union. And she takes the pitch for ball 1. You don't necessarily know the pitch runner is. Exactly. It looks like maybe a or some number. And even though I'm wearing glasses, I might need some binoculars. Oh, there's the number. I guess it's 8. I thought it was a double-digit number. Oh, it's an Under Armour logo. I got a new prescription. So number 8 is Cameron Markle.
Go, Paris.
No pitch.
Spot.
What does that have to do with anything?
That's always good. Have your catcher stay off the field a bit.
Hey!
Get out there and give you another look. 1-2.
Let's go, Paris.
Let's go, Hawk.
He's doing some basketball.
Go, Paris.
I know.
Go, Paris.
Called the first one standing for my moves, that's what it was. 216 was round around, B was up in the club. I know she around for the money, but act like she loyal, I know for the love. I'm so rich, get money, about yo, I just do. It's hard to ship in the 5, my bitch cost me a love. All my bitch got BBLs, all my bitch got love. I ain't with the rap, beat Draco, all my ops get touched. We never ran out on no bar, but we still been having our cush. Running.
How about that movement right there? Skeeter. Illinois with her first big
Oh, that's happening this year. That's a nice class.
Up next, Riley Lilly.
Everybody energized.
He's got to play like that. He said something like, oh, they don't have football here. He said, on this he probably too. I thought he was on the cheerleading team. Because they were wearing the same thing.
I like him in all base.
Lovely looking bullpen. All the amenities here. Brand new renovated off field. You have the bullpen where there's 2 spots, so you can have multiple pitchers warming up in there. You also have some batting cages.
Loves the volleyball players.
Everything looks great. 2 1.
And the baseball players.
That would miss it. Also, of course, much to my delight, there's a brand new fresh pot.
Get ready, get ready. It's gonna come to you.
Grandstand behind home plate. All types of celebration today. 1 pitch.
Got it, Ryan. Let's get a pitch.
Batting next, Kai Hudson.
Hi, Kai.
Usually not. Yeah, listen.
Support the Hawks. You also have alumni as well too. What of it?
Very good.
Through a first pitch.
Wait, Dad, her whole family.
This whole
I
thing.
think that's such an incredible day for the Hawks.
Why would you say this? Where is that? I can hear her. I said, no, she's right here.
Just one of them.
To ever play UCS all softball 2-1.
Sorry, nice hit, Kai.
Batting next, Lola Meyer.
Hi, Lola. Good eye. Come on, Lola.
That sells way out.
All right, Lo. You got it, bud. You're so clear in the live stream. Well, that's not true. In addition, we're all the way back. No, it's not there.
Yes, you are.
Batting up next, Paris Richards.
Ask him if he hears the heckle.
Come on, Paris. You got this, girl.
Hello! Dude, stop saying that. It is 3-1.
Gonzalez Pettis, 4 innings, 5 walks, 2 strikeouts.
All right, Pete. Yeah, beach parents. I watched them bring him in.
There's a lot of that jumping, too.
Alright. You got it, Chris. Reminds me of young children. The Kentucky Fried.
Oh, yeah, this is a good college softball's all about payoff.
Good eye.
Let's go, Em.
Batting up next, Emily Gunther.
I feel bad for the pitcher. I too.
Hey, see lately changed. Remember the change in my pocket, now we hit the club and it rain. Remember them days, being the superstar, now the whole city saying my name. D-Lane, cut off a handful of partners, them were rocking the same. But it's part of the game, they hate when you reaching the top, they be throwing the salt on my name. I'm forever the same, this shit for a but I'm solid, that's in my vein, and I'm ripping the game. If it ain't clip for the season, it's out of been game, but I cry, I've been locked in the cage.
Here comes Emily Gunther. Rocks it 5. Outside, throw it.
Yes!
Way to stay low!
Oh.
That scared me a little bit. Me too. Yeah, lucky though.
2 stolen bases in 1.
She did. Ernie, let's go!
And the 1-2 in.
Woo!
That misses again.
That one was outside.
You got two strikes. Let's go, Hawks!
At the end of the third inning, your score is Road Team 1 and the Hawks 4. Fans via Vonji YouTube page where we will have coach and player interviews as well as live streams of UMES home softball and baseball games. Subscribe to UMES Hawks Sports for video content from UMES Athletics. Don't forget to also head to UMESHawksports.com for game recaps and articles for every game all season long.
Yes, ma'am. How would Lily know that? Maybe she knows her coach. Good throw, Lynn.
Let's go, Hawks!
All right, Paris.
Amy said they were borderline.
One up.
Oh my God. That is so mean.
Let's go, White. We got it.
Batting up next, Denesia Devon.
Bro. Bro. It's not funny anymore. Then stop.
Be ready, be ready.
Yeah, Pete! I know.
Up next, Janiyah Brown.
Doing good, all doing good.
Batting next, Tahira Wooten.
Yeah, Pete.
Batting up next is Hayes Perkins.
Welcome back to the broadcast. It's time for a little bit of UMES Hawks softball. We're happy to be back. We've missed you. It's the bottom of the 4th inning, and UMES leads 4-1 as there's a pop-up on the first pitch, and Perkins is retired quickly on the fly out to first base. Or I should say pop out to first base. So down goes Perkins on that pop out to first base, and this brings on Michaela Clark. And a called strike. So far to this point to this game, it's been a very exciting one. There's been offense in the second inning, offense in the third inning for the Hawks. They had 2 runs in the second, and then, of course, the solo home run by Skinner in the third inning, which was absolutely electric. 0-1. That one misses high. Count as 1 ball, 1 strike. If you're just joining us, my name is Cedric Granger. I'm taking you along for our doubleheader today, and it's been an exciting showcase, of course, with the debut of the brand new Hawk Field. Wonderful day to be a Hawk. 1-1 pitch. Bunt shown, and since the bunt was shown, it's called a strike. So for Clark, she's 0 for 1 on the day. She had a ground out, and that was to retire the side in the second inning. And the 1-2 home. That one skips in the dirt. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Maryland Eastern Shore looking for their first win of the season as they went to Covington, Georgia, played 4 games in the HBCU competition there. Had some really good challenges in that game as a 2-2. That one's fouled off. And they had their ups and downs, including being very close to winning their final game of that tournament against Fort Valley State, where they did go ahead in the top of the 7th before ultimately giving up the lead in the bottom of the 7th. So looking for that first win of the season right now, up 4-1. Gonzalez Pettis, the pitcher, rocks and fires, 2-2, slap to the right side to the first baseman, and Jones puts away Clark on the ground out to first base. And now the home run hitter from earlier in the game, it's the second baseman, Skylar Skinner. Skinner crushed one to dead center last time she was up, and I'm sure Gonzalez Pettis will think about that as the first pitch is in for a strike. For Skinner, it was her very first home run in her collegiate career. Always a big deal when you get that first big fly. And the 0-1 in. And that's just a hair high and inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. For the Hawks, 4 runs on 5 hits, no errors. For Virginia Union, 1 run on 6 hits and 1 error on this day that's starting to warm up just a tad bit. Needed a jacket earlier, but I can feel the press box getting a little bit warmer. 2 balls and 1 strike to Skinner. For Skylar, she's originally from Flossmoor, Illinois. And what she loves most about softball, of course, the game day, pregame TikToks, as well as the hairstyles that come with softball and the gear in UMES. Very nice gear throughout this season. Of course, a brand new field to go on top of that as well, too. Count is 3 balls and 1 strike to Skinner. Good hitters count. 3-1. That's high. That's a walk. So the free pass is starting to become a little bit of a problem in this fourth inning for Gonzalez Pettis. That is her fourth walk of the day. So here comes Riley Lilly. 0 for 2 on the day, looking for that first base hit. And she fouls off the first pitch for a strike. Lilly was a strikeout victim the first time she was up in the first inning, and then flew out to right field in the third inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. There's a line drive in the left center. That ball's belted for a base hit. Skinner on her high horse, working her way to second, rounding third, and she is in to score. Make it an RBI double for Riley Lilly, and the Hawks continue to rein in the runs. It's their 5th run of the day.
Up next, Kaya Hudson.
So first to home for Skylar Skinner and Riley Lilly, making an impact with the bats there. So here comes Kai Hudson with a runner in scoring position as the Hawks have now matched Virginia Union in terms of hits, but the Hawks have made those hits count. So with 2 outs in the inning after a couple of pop fly and a ground out, the Hawks have done a good job to really fight with 2 outs. It's another thing that'll be a mark of how good the Hawks can be this season is going to be how well can you pitch and, of course, play defense, which today the defense has especially been up to task. But also, how well can you hit in 2-out situations and with runners in scoring position? And so far, we've seen Maryland Eastern Shore thrive in that situation. 1-0 to Hudson. That ball's low. And it's 2 balls and no strikes to the player that had the big moment for UMES in the HBCU tournament in Covington, Georgia this past weekend. Had a go-ahead grand slam in the top of the 7th inning against Fort Valley State. Checks her swing. They appeal. Looks like the umpire doesn't know, so we don't have a call yet if that's ball or strike. And we'll see what the call. The appeal is a strike, and I think that is the right call ultimately. For Hudson, she's a sophomore from Lawrenceville, Georgia, out of Collin Hills High School. There's a certain famous Heisman-winning player that's from there, but I know last year she mentioned how she was tired of every broadcaster saying she went to the same high school as this person. So I won't say it throughout the entirety of the season. Just know it's a Heisman winner. The 2-1. That's fouled off for strike 2. For Hudson, she appeared in 21 games last season. Offensively, 15 putouts and 8 assists. And again, that big moment last week, I think it's huge for that potential breakout season. Last year, the team was very young for UMES, and it's still very young now. But some of those freshmen, they've upgraded to sophomores. 2-2, got her look in. Called strike 3, and that is a strikeout for Gonzalez Pettis, her 3rd one of the day. But UMES generates another run, courtesy of Riley Lilly, driving in Skylar Skinner from first to home. And the Hawks, they're nursing a 5-1 lead as we head to the top of the 5th here on UMES Hawk Athletics. 4 innings up, 4 innings down here at brand newly renovated Hawk Field. As the maroon and gray, well, both teams in maroon and gray, but Virginia Union starts off with a first pitch that goes right to the second baseman, Skinner, and she's been on fire today, not just as a batter, but also as a defensive player. She puts away the leadoff batter, Jalen Myrick, who tried to sneak another base hit there on the 4-3 ground out. So this brings on Cameron Walker. She's reached base once today, but she'll swing through that first pitch from Richards. Count is 0-1. So again, just a really effective day for Richards. 4 innings pitched, 3 strikeouts. And like she's been doing throughout this season early on, she's been limiting the walks. She has pitched 12 innings as there's a roller to Richards. Showcases the defensive skill. I'm not only a pitcher, I can also play some defense as well. That's out number 2. And this brings on Gonzalez Pettis.
Up next, Alicia.
So for Gonzalez Pettis, this is a chance here to try to win the pitcher versus pitcher battle. That's what's really fun when you have the pitchers that are two-way players like we have today. You get an opportunity to battle each other as pitchers and then battle each other as, of course, hitters. For Gonzalez Pettis, she won the first round against Richards, doubling off of her in the first inning. She's been effective, too. She even had an RBI ground out later on in the game. Counts 2 balls and no strikes to her. But Richards, she's also gotten the best of Gonzalez Pettis as a hitter herself. She has a single as well as drew a walk. The 2-0 in. That ball grounded to the shortstop, Lacey. Fields it cleanly and is in time for out number 3. The Hawks look right at home on their softball field. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Paris Richards. She has completed 5 innings in the circle. Right to the bottom of the 5th inning with the Hawks up 5-1 here on UMES Hawk Athletics YouTube.
In this life that I'm living, I pray I make it through the night. As I ride through my city, I'm thinking, looking at the lights. For so long we was hurting, I got the chance to make it right. Plenty times you ain't hurt me, I done been all alone at night. They claim that they with me, but there's some...
Welcome back to the action. UMES up 5-1 as we begin the bottom of the 5th inning. It'll be the middle of the order for UMES. It'll be the 4, 5, 6 that are due up in this frame. But we take a look at the MEAC standings last year. Maryland Eastern Shore looking to move up in the standings. Last year, 2-18, finishing last in the conference, kind of tied down there with Coppin State. So they will try to put things together this year, and if they can play like how they've done today, they're going to have their opportunities. The defense has been clean, and they have played well at home to this point. And the first batter, Lola Meyer, is hit by the first pitch from Gonzalez Pettis of this 5th inning. And Meyer, she is aboard for the 3rd time today. None of them on base hits. 2 on walks, now 1 on a hit by pitch. So this brings on Paris Richards, or as I was talking about in the away half of the inning, pitcher-on-pitcher duel. Richards has reached base not once, but twice today. And the offering misses outside. Nice job by Hayes to bring that one in to prevent Meyer from base running. Which, speaking of base running, UMES in the 3rd inning, they were super effective at base running. They had 4 stolen bases in just 1 inning. 1-0. That ball slapped to the right side, but foul. Richards had a couple of swings where she has showcased some of that power, a little bit of oppo side power as well. As the ball is clearing the fence, but it is in foul territory, but shows how much she can make that softball fly. True velocity off of her bat, 1-1. Rise ball is high for ball 2. So 1 runner aboard for UMES in their first game here at Hawk Field, newly renovated Hawk Field in quite some time. You've had a lot of people out here to come support the Hawks community. You had local media as well that were here to interview players, coaches, of course, President Heidi Anderson, VP Tara Owens. It's been a really good day. And then also you have alumni here as well, including Robin Pettit. 3-1 is swung on and missed for a strike. Count is 3-2 to Richards. But again, it just means a lot to this program when you have alumni, especially a Hall of Famer for University of Maryland Eastern Shore and Robin Pettit, who was a two-time MEAC Player of the Year, first MEAC first-teamer, I should say, 3-2. That ball driven to right field. This one should stay fair. Gorey pushing back, and that ball is down for a base hit. It's off of the fence, and they're going to keep running. Richards, stand-up triple. Meyer in for a score. It looked like Gorey was having some trouble finding that ball. She was trying to argue a ground rule double potentially. But that was to no avail as Richards electrifies Hawk Field with a triple. So UMES starting to flex their muscles on offense today. And another run comes in the score. This time it is Lola Meyer. So back-to-back innings where the Hawks have been slugging the softball well enough to bring in runners from first base. Usually it's runners in scoring position being in second or third base would be the definition. But today, runners at first base can sometimes be that one. As it appears we'll have a pitching change. So for this pitching change, we'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll introduce the new pitcher here on UMES Hawk Athletics YouTube.
Being blessed to play at the HBCU is an amazing feeling. All the fan engagement, just being around just people like me is just uplifting, just playing basketball.
For somebody who strives to be the best version of myself on and off the course, playing golf at an HBCU, I think it changes the culture of what everybody is used to, especially when you start to play good golf.
Amazing. The fans, the stands, insane. There's nothing like it. I can't even explain having to be just like seeing people like you in the stands. It's like a no feeling. I can't even explain it. I don't know the words, man. It's awesome.
I'm from Minnesota, so it's very predominantly white state, and the town that I come from, I have two little sisters, and we're the only mixed people in my town. So like coming to HBCU, we don't have HBCUs back home. So like coming here, I was like, wow, like I can feel comfortable in my own skin. Like I'm supported on and off the field. Like it doesn't just matter what color skin you are. So that, I think when I got to UMES was something really special and something I hold close to my heart.
I feel like bowling at HBCUs are something very special. It goes to show Black excellence, minority excellence, and
welcome back to the action. New pitcher into the game, and it's first pitch swinging by Emily Gunther. High fly to left center, and it is caught in center field. Janiyah Brown makes the catch, but Richards tags up. She scores, and it's a first pitch sacrifice fly for Emily Gunther, and the Hawks lead 7-1. So we didn't even get to introduce the first pitcher before Emily Gunther said, welcome to the game, swing the bat, and get a sacrifice fly, another run for the Hawks. But the new pitcher is Skylar Rosenbaum, the junior from Virginia Beach, Virginia. Now to the fray for the Virginia Union Panthers. The Hawks really expanding this lead. They began with a 2-0 advantage in the second, then a one-run game at the middle of the third inning before the Hawks have really caught fire. They've scored 5 unanswered runs. It's Kinsey Mincer who is up at the plate now. In with the 2-0. And that misses. Again, what's tough about these doubleheader games is when it comes to pitching, you maybe will have your key pitcher, pitch both games if you can, but also sometimes you might want to mix things up, especially when it's non-conference action. 3-0, and it's a looking strike. For Mincer, it's been productive today. She had a sacrifice fly in the second inning, so able to contribute to the run total for the Hawks, and that's really impressed me as well. So not only have we seen some two-out hitting, but we've seen some good situational awareness. Very sound from the Hawks in this opener. And that goes from offense and defense. 3-1, misses inside. It's a walk for Mincer on 5 pitches.
Batting up next, Paige Perkins.
So here comes Paige Perkins. Bottom of the 5th inning, and a 7-1 lead for Maryland Eastern Shore. And want to just say thank you so much for joining me today with this broadcast. My name is Cedric Granger, and all of our wonderful crew here with UMES. First pitch running after the pitch is called a ball. The throw is not in time. Stolen base as Mincer just able to beat out the throw. She beat it by maybe half a second. I believe the first pitch was a ball, what I think I saw, but even then, when it's a ball or a strike, that's a good base run by Mincer, and she makes stolen base number 5 on the day for UMES. Again, that's something Coach Robinson's really going to like. 1-0, swing and a miss. Nice job attacking low in the zone that time from Rosenbaum. So Rosenbaum replaces Gonzalez Pettis, who had a okay start, 4 innings of work, struck out 3 in those 4 innings, but did give up her fair share of hits, 7 hits and 6 earned runs, 1-1. Fastball misses high, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. So runner in scoring position for Maryland Eastern Shore, who right now has put up their highest offensive output of the season. 7 runs, season high, 2-1. And that ball drilled to the left side. Just enough room, but dropped. Cameron Walker had the ball, but it was dropped. Mincer running, sprinting in. Paige Perkins gets all the way to second, and another run comes across for the Hawks. It'll be a scores decision, but I believe it'll be scored as an error due to the drop fly ball. Again, very much not easy. It's especially challenging when you're on the road for that reason. Perkins reaches on an error. So it'll make things interesting for earned runs, but if Perkins were to come in to score, it would be an earned run at this point after the E7. Here's Michaela Clark. Looks at the first pitch for a strike. But just some good speed from the Hawks this year. And Mincer showcased that going from second to home on the drop play. But back to my point, when it comes to defense, sometimes it's difficult when you're not as familiar with the field. And for these Virginia Union Panthers players, they've not played at this field at all throughout the year. So you just don't have a good feel for the wall. You don't have a good feel for where the outfield ends and the wall begins. And that can make things really tough, especially since the Hawks have showcased some good power today, whether it's a home run or just a lot of swings that are going to the outfield. Next pitch is fouled off. Think back, I've gotten to talk with a couple of former players in the big leagues, including Kevin Mitchell, played for the Giants and Reds in the 90s, and he talked to me about his experience going and playing at the Chicago Cubs ballpark in Wrigley. And he talked about how that ivy, if you're not used to that, that ivy hurts when you're running into it as an outfielder. 1-2's fouled off. So it just shows, like, if you're used to your dimensions, that can be a huge advantage. It's one of the reasons why teams can be better at home generally than they are on the road because of how aware they are of the dimensions. But he talked about, you know, when they had road games and they were playing the Chicago Cubs, it was a little bit trickier for him when they only played there about 3 or 4 times a season. And it's a similar dynamic that's playing out here in this college softball game where the outfielders for Virginia Union, they're kind of getting used to this wall. I would suspect in the second game, after learning some of their lessons in the first game, they'll know how to play the dimensions a little bit better. Here's the 2-2. That one's in the turf, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes to Michaela Clark, who's looking for her first base hit of the day. Came into this game batting .250 in a small sample size. But yeah, even the Hawks, or I should say the Panthers, earlier in this game, the right fielder had some issues trying to field what turned into a triple as there's another walk. Free pass is really starting to stack up now. That's the 6th walk of the day for UMES's offense. And the first time aboard today for Michaela Clark. So now we turn over the lineup card. We're back to the top of the order. It is Skylar Skinner. For the Hawks, since it is after 5 innings, depending on if they're going to do this by the same rules that they do for conference games, it really comes down to just timing and how much development goes on. But the Hawks were able to generate a 10-run lead that could incite the run rule potentially. It looks like there was a substitution for Virginia Union out in right field, and we'll get that as soon as we can. There's a called strike. Nice pitch there from Rosenbaum, who just came in for Gonzalez Pettis in this frame. Again, for the Hawks, it's been very consistent with the offense. 2 runs here, 2 runs there, 1 run. So 2 runs in the second, 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth, and then now 3 in this 5th inning and potentially counting after the foul ball. Skylar Skinner, a solid home debut for the freshman. Solo home run in the 3rd, also reached on a walk. And she sends one over to the right fielder, the new right fielder. Guys up to make the catch. Throws a little errant, though, and both the runners will tag up, and then the umpire just saved a run for Virginia Union inadvertently as the pitcher, Rosenbaum, was going to throw it, and it was going to be offline completely towards second base. It would have allowed Perkins to score, but the umpire just, by bad luck for UMES, he was in the way of that, and the ball did not scamper into the outfield.
Batting up next, Riley Lilly.
So that is a fly out for Skinner. Perkins to 3rd, Michaela Clark at 2nd after the fly out to right field. And Riley Lilly, with runners on 2nd and 3rd, is going to look to try to put the Hawks in double-digit runs. Working against Rosenbaum for the first time today, the pitch. This is inside. 1 ball and no strikes. And an off-speed offering. I believe the new person out there could be someone in the 20s. So it could be Lila Dalton. Or maybe Madison Blackwell Wright. We'll see. Count is 2 balls and no strikes. Again, also you have some players wearing their sweatshirts today as well, too, because it is a little bit chillier. For Virginia Union, it's a bit warmer than their first game of the season. They played against Barton College in North Carolina. And it was a very chilly affair in that game. 30 degrees for that game. That's what it was listed on the box score. Today, about 15 degrees warmer, and could be up to 20 degrees warmer by this point in the game. Looking to avoid another walk, the 3-0. And a called strike on the money there from Rosenbaum. Rosenbaum stands at 5'1", junior from Virginia Beach for this Panther squad that's projected 8th in the CIAA this season. Likewise for UMES, also projected 8th in the MEAC. And there's another free pass, that's a walk. So Riley Lilly is to the fray, or is to first base, I should say, and that loads the bases. So here comes Kai Hudson with an opportunity here. Bases loaded. As I mentioned before, she had the grand slam against Fort Valley State, so she's not afraid of this bases loaded situation potentially. And it looks like a conference will happen in the circle. I'm sure Virginia Union has watched the film from that game and know what Hudson's capable of. But mentioning the preseason polls, Virginia Union, they were projected 8th in the CIAA in the preseason poll. And like I mentioned earlier, Bowie State is the dominant team in that league. They have won 3 straight titles. So the question is, who can knock them off? Virginia Union looking to compete and maybe have a chance to knock off Bowie State. They do play them later this year, and they do get Bowie State at home in Richmond. So it could be an opportunity for them to maybe pull an upset over what has been a dominant Bulldog squad. Count is 1 ball and no strikes to Hudson. as the Hawks have seen all 9 in the order come up to bat in this dominant 5th inning. 1-0 offering. It's on the money for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Hudson, who's looking for her first base hit of the day. She's made solid contact to left field twice. Fly out in the first and a fly out in the third before becoming a strikeout victim to Gonzalez Pettis in the 4th. 1-1. And again, nice pitch there on the edge. That froze Hudson for strike 2. Some big games ahead, too, for Virginia Union. They'll head out to play UNC Pembroke for their next competition. They'll also play University of South Carolina Beaufort. 1-2, wave and a miss, strike 3. First strikeout of the day for Rosenbaum. And she had some good energy after that strikeout, but it's no avail because the Hawks, they put up 3 runs in the 5th inning. It's 8-1 as we head to the top of the 6th here on UMES Hawk Athletics.
I'm a venereal disease, like a menstrual bleed through the pencil and leaf on the sheet of the tablet in my mind. Cause I don't write, cause I ain't got time. Cause my seconds, minutes, hours go to the almighty dollar and the almighty power of that church, chopper, sister, brother, son, daughter, father, mother.
Welcome you back to the action. Home opener for UMES Hawks softball. It's been a good one, 8-1 so far. As there's a ball that's hit on the ground. Over to Jada Lacey. She's been sharp all day. She puts away Hayes on the very first pitch of the 6th inning. 1 pitch, 1 out for Paris Richards, who has had a day to remember. Last year, her season high for innings pitched was 6. At least in her best start of the year, had 6 innings pitched in that game. And so far, she's matching that output that she had. It was against Lincoln, another conference rivalry of Virginia UMES. There's a slap hit. Second pitch is a second out. Ball went right back to Paris Richards, fielded it on a hop. And the defensive alignment and the defensive execution has been stellar today for the UMES Hawks. So that retires Rosenbaum. So back-to-back ground outs, and this brings up Jones. And the first pitch is a strike. And, you know, if you're Virginia Union, after swinging the bat the first 2 times and it being outs immediately, I think it was a good decision to take a pitch despite it being a strike. 0-1. And it's another strike. One of the best pitches today of Richards. He painted that on the edge of the black, right in the strike zone. Just got there. And the 0-2 offering. That ball slapped to the right side. Easy play for Skylar Skinner. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. A 1-2-3 inning for Paris Richards. She has completed 6 innings of 1-run ball today. And now we're headed to the bottom of the 6th. The Hawks grabbing their bats. When we come back on UMES Hawk Athletics. Welcome back to UMES Hawk Softball on UMES Hawk Athletics. My name is Cedric Granger, taking you through this day. And the Hawks have had a very great day for this home opener of the newly renovated Hawk Field. Again, not just renovations with the turf that you see, which looks very beautiful, by the way, as Lola Meyer will lead off this 6th inning. She was also the person who led off the 5th inning, working against Rosenbaum. First pitch, popped foul and unplayable. But the renovations, they really expand more than just the turf field that you see. You also have a really beautiful bullpen set up for both the home and the road team that has space for 2 players to warm up, which is great for teams' pitching staffs to get that opportunity to have a really good warm-up area. 0-1 fouled off towards the dugout. Good thing there's a guardrail, which, speaking of the dugouts, that's something new as well. Brand new dugouts with a little bit of maroon trim on the roof. Some nice stone as well, too, built into it. It looks great. And there's some new guardrails, I'd suspect, as well, that are helping to make sure any foul balls that go that way can protect the players. Kind of a perfect example there. You got to love the game of softball for that reason. 0-2. And that's high. A little bit more speed on that pitch from Rosenbaum, who entered the game for Gonzalez Pettis in the 5th inning. So 4, 5, 6 in the order. Meyer, Richards, and Gunther due up for UMES, leading 8-1. Also, of course, the batting cages, a big boon, of course, for the Hawk hitters to get that opportunity. 1-2. That's fought off. Good job by Meyer to get a piece of that one, as that one was out of the strike zone, but she at least got a piece out of it to stay alive in the count. By the way, there's been some defensive substitutions for Virginia Union. It's Wooten out in right field, and then Gonzalez Pettis is the new third base after her start of 4 innings. The 1-2. Swing and a foul to the left side. And the count remains the same. 1 ball and 2 strikes. But yeah, the batting cages, they look great. And then again, location, location, location. Back in the day, apparently, the Hawk softball didn't used to have their field here. It actually used to be on the opposite side of campus. And talking with one of our Hawk Hall of Famers and longtime employees and athlete and coach, doing a little bit of everything. 1-2. There's a line drive up the middle. That's a base hit. Lola Meyer, who came into this game batting .417. She has reached base not once, not twice, not thrice, but 4 times on the day. 2 on walks, 1 on a hit by pitch, and she now adds a single. This will bring on Paris Richards. But back to that point, Alan Davenport, we call him AD. He was telling me that the softball field used to be on the other side. He showed me a campus map from way back when. It was a part of a magazine or like a little brochure, because UMES, they used to have a alumni golf outing, and it was run by famous UMES alum Art Shell, who's in the NFL Pro Football Hall of Fame. And he was showing me that they invited Johnny Unitas, and he got an autograph of him in that brochure, which was cool. But in there was a map, and the map showed where campus was and what campus looked like back in that era. It was probably the early 90s, maybe late 80s. And the field was in a completely different place. But now, this location where there's a lot of grassland, it just makes sense. 2-0 on the rise. Ball is high. 3 balls, no strikes to Richards, who is having a great day for herself. She's 2 for 2. It's been a great day. And the 3-0 offering. That misses low, and it's a 4-pitch walk. So the walk numbers really starting to skyrocket. That is the 8th walk of the day for UMES. And the 4th walk yielded by Rosenbaum after Gonzalez Pettis walked 4 in her first 4 innings of work. This brings on Emily Gunther. Runners on first and second, nobody out, and the offering is high. But again, that location is so important, because right now where this field is located, if you talk about some of the main areas on campus, you have the Student Service Center where people go to eat. People go for community, to go meet different people and have a lot of their clubs that are held. 1-0. Rolled on the ground. That ball's through for a base hit by Gunther. Meyer gets the green light. She's headed to home plate. She scores. Throw to third base. Slide by Richard. She is out. Good job on the throw from Cameron Walker. It is a 7-1-5 put out at third base. But still, a run does count as Gunther does make her way to second. And it appears they may call the game, and I believe that will, because it is 8 after 6. So anytime you get up to 8 after 6, you do. So that's essentially a walk-off hit for Emily Gunther from the Eastern Shore, and she comes through with the walk-off winner for Maryland Eastern Shore on that RBI play. So UMES, they win their home opener at Hawk Field in this first leg of the doubleheader. Make sure to join us for the second leg of the doubleheader that will be here on UMES Hawk Athletics. And we'll go ahead and finish up this one. I'll jump on the screen for you. So, again, thank you for joining us today. It's been an exciting game. My name is Cedric Granger, and it's been a blast to call this UMES Hawks softball game. The Hawks in this opening game, they were stellar defensively. They looked very sharp, did not commit any errors in the field. They finished this game with 9 runs on 9 hits and no errors. In terms of the offense, Skylar Skinner, she was fantastic today in the leadoff spot. 1 for 3 with a home run, 2 runs scored, and a walk. Riley Lilly, she contributed on offense with a hit. She was 1 for 2, or 1 for 3, I should say, with a walk. Lola Meyer, she reached base all 4 times today. She was also excellent in this game. 2 walks, a hit by pitch, and a single. And then Paris Richards, she reached base all 4 times as well. Emily Gunther, she reached base 3 times and had a sacrifice fly. Kinsey Mincer got on base, scored a run, had a sacrifice fly. Paige Perkins had a hit, had an RBI, and Michaela Clark reached base as well. So again, this lineup for UMES, they really showcased what they can do today. It was very impressive, and they will look to keep that going. So once again, our final score today, UMES 9, Virginia Union 1. Make sure to join us for Game 2. We'll have that coming to you in about 30 minutes here on UMES Hawk Athletics.